Hi, I'm Thibault Laporte.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Lee.
Hi, I'm Ben Cheyenne.
Hey, I'm Seri Dion.
I get anxiety. Even just thinking about it, it's just, like, even to take the time to even do it within a schedule and just like, it's just like, it's complicated.
It's a game that it's like, if I play this game, is it possible I can actually win, or does it just keep going on a continuous loop?
Like winners and losers?
That's-
Is that like
that's-
you guys
For
are
me,
that's-
yes.
winning
yeah.
and losing, everything's competitive?
Yeah.
Fine. For me, I think it's a fun way to get to know people. I've definitely gone on dates with people who ended up also being really great friends.
Mhm.
So there's that. It's a great way. I also dated a lot when I first moved to Los Angeles, and it was a great way for me to get to know the town also. So there's that.
Yeah. I love what you said. Like, but before I felt like dating is something I had to beat. I had to like break free from dating, and finally, now dating is I just turned it into what I made it my own, which is just it's spending time with people that I like to be intimate with. Really, it's that simple. So. I just don't try to complicate it more than that, because then again, what you're saying about schedules, oh my god. So yeah, just keep it fun. That's what
Yeah.
don't.
Keep it light.
Yeah, otherwise I used to get really anxious just thinking about dating. So.
For me, like I was telling you earlier, it's just been complicated. When I'm from a small town, and dating was great for me. Like you said, it was fun. It was just having conversation and being around someone that you want to be intimate with or something else. But moving here to LA was different for me. When I moved here, my dating life completely went away. Like, it just didn't happen. I've been on dating sites and would go to, places where I had opportunities to mingle and things like that, but it just wouldn't happen, especially being a person with a disability. It's really hard being in Hollywood and wanting to have a relationship with somebody. And I either get one end of the spectrum. I either get somebody that is just totally uncompatible, where it's just, I even had a dating experience where it just went totally left and we didn't even finish the date, and I was like, take me home. Like, it was just horrible. Like, all he wanted to do was take me up to like a high rise somewhere in the hills and make out with me, and didn't even want to take me to dinner or anything. And I'm like, really? Like, is that what we're doing? Like, it's just not gonna
That's a
happen.
little teenage. If you're into like teenage stuff.
Yes.
Inspiration point.
It's either that, or it's some guys don't even look my way or even think that I would be a candidate for dating, or they kind of friend zone me. So dating has definitely been hard for me since I've been in LA, and that's why I say it's like I kind of dread it. So
Going on what you just said, the fascinating thing about LA is that a lot of people complain about LA guys and LA girls, but at the same time, I fully admit that I've met some of the most amazing people here. Both male friends and female friends, but also people I've dated, and so it's the paradox is that I don't know why most of the time these amazing people you can't date them for some reason. So everyone's stuck dating outside this pool of amazing people you've met in LA.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, there's amazing people that you can't date.
For instance, like if I had to cross the threshold with every female friend, I feel like it's almost like you can't really go back. You can't undo what you did.
exactly.
And so, in my experience, crossing that line, it's very likely that the friendship will end. I don't know.
I thought about that too.
You can unfriend.
Yes, but then it makes it complicated because I do have a lot of friends that are guys and we click really well and have so much fun, but then you almost have that fear of taking it across that threshold for the fact that, okay, if it doesn't work out, then you lose that friendship or that friendship is gone.
Yeah.
So that makes it complicated too, because you're like, okay, is it worth taking it there, or is it worth to just keep the friendship and just leave it there and not take it there? So
Well,
it's like,
I'm very scientific in my approach to this stuff, so if I dated one person from one culture or whatever and it went terribly, I don't assume that it's always going to go like that. But then if it's happened twice, then suddenly, okay, that is on my radar.
You start feeling a
Yeah,
pattern.
but one friend for sure, it went south, and I don't think it ever fully recovered like it was before for sure. So the problem is that's so emotionally traumatizing in a way that you, even as it's scientific, you're like, I don't want to attempt that again because it was so horrible. So yeah, I have all these amazing female friends, and I could totally marry them. Like it's, but I'm not in that place, so it's one of those things. And it's also, there's the idea of the one. You also feel like if she really was the one, then I would know it, and I would just cross that threshold. But and then you start wondering about marriage. Like, is marriage really? Should it be the one, or should it just be a friend like this, where we, we're on the same wavelength? So it's always that's one problem in LA is everyone's holding out for something better. I will admit that. I'm still holding out on my dream. Even though I know these amazing people, so.
Wow.
It's like I traded it all for a little more.
Yeah, oh God. Which makes me feel terrible about what
I feel like this other LA stereotype is that, like, we're all really flaky. Or that, like, it's like people are so flaky.
Yeah.
Like, people cancel out.
Well, no, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I
It's
know,
basically
because
true.
I, totally am one. Like, I've caught myself where I'm just like, I'm being flaky, like I'm being that person, like I will have to cancel on someone for something, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, like can we push till this date, because our schedules are kind of like so up in the air so much. So I think it's tough. I think a lot of people get frustrated by that. Like if you're on the receiving end of it, like that sucks. Like you think, oh, like I was really looking forward to this, and now this person wants to try a different day or whatever, or has like, rescheduled with me 3 times, and it doesn't necessarily mean that like I don't want to see you. It's like legit, we get busy. Like I've totally been on both sides of it, where it's like we've got these like unpredictable schedules without routines.
When you're busy, more activity comes to you. It's like I've been waiting for this opportunity. I have to prolong this one because I've been waiting for this one, and now it knows I'm busy, so it came to me.
The Murphy's Law.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I will say though that's one of the it's almost like an LA etiquette, and that's how you end up knowing whether someone's a good candidate or not, is because are they just canceling or are they rescheduling? That's already a big thing.
True.
If
That's
they,
very true.
you because I'm guilty of that too sometimes.
You can feel the
because it's
difference.
nature
Oh
of
yeah,
the
you can
city.
feel it.
You can feel the difference. You're like,
but,
he
like,
X'd me out, like completely. Like,
If they do, like,
he's not calling back.
I'm sorry, I can't make today. ... And that's the end of it.
That's that.
Yeah,
right.
It's
yeah.
like okay.
One thing I do, I find myself finding little things wrong. Like I'm very, very picky. Like, and I go on dating sites a lot, and then I'll have my sister. She's like, "Oh, he seems like he's a really nice guy. Why don't you talk to him?" And I'll find something wrong. I'm like, but no, he does. And then she's like, "Why won't you just be so open?" And I'm just like, I can't, because like you guys said before, like I have that idea of that person, that saving up for that person. So it's like, when you are waiting for that person, it's like you want that person that meet all those criteria. So now it's kind of like I'm learning to open myself up to not a checklist, but more of just how that connection is with someone.
There's always something wrong with everybody. No one's perfect, right? No one's perfect, but it's like
And I'm very close
I found
to it.
her,
I
the
feel
one
that
right
way.
here.
No, we
Thank
must
you
fight.
for bringing me to my wife. Marry me, please.
I feel
This point.
I believe it because I have an aunt and uncle that have been married for over 30 years.
Are they happy?
Yeah, they are. He's happy being wrong. And she's happy being right. And they get along just fine. They don't have any kids, so they have a stress-free marriage. So
I believe you can
that's
have
what they said, their words.
I believe you can have a lasting relationship, but it takes a lot of work. One of my favorite couples is my aunt and my uncle, and they've been together for well over 20 years, and I've seen them go through their struggles, but they stay together and they work it out and they work with each other, and I think that's just so amazing. And I feel like if you're in a relationship and you guys are in it together and it's 50-50 and you guys are working together, because I've seen some relationships where one person is giving their all and then another person's kind of giving a little bit, and then but if you really want to work together to build something and to build a family and a life, it's really a partnership. It's like you guys are in this for the long haul. But I do honestly believe in that, and that's what I want. I don't want a relationship where I'm with you and then like 2 years down the line we're divorcing.
It's happened. I mean, we see it all around. Like some people make it. So it's sort of irrefutable. However, I think the dark secret, or I'm not sure, but is it meant for everyone? I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
there's billions of people on this planet. I think and you look at nature documentaries, like one of the goats gets mauled by the bear, like, so it's just a part of nature. So I don't think it's very realistic to assume that we're all here on this planet and it's been designed so perfectly that we're all going to meet the one. I think that's really misselling it to kids when we try to make it sound like that, because I think there's true love, which is maybe very exceptional and definitely possible, but you shouldn't expect it. And then there's lasting love. That's something else, where I think a lot of marriages that might be confused for true love are lasting love, where it's the type of love that's like fusion. So it just lasted, you know, until death. And then there's, you know, all the other forms of love that might end up in divorce, I guess. But yeah, there's true love. I think is for sure. The word is there for a reason.
Yeah, I think that kind of piggybacking on what you said about just it's not meant for everyone. People are built differently. There's some people who are just not built to be monogamous. But there are plenty of people that are, you know, and I think it kind of takes like two people who are like really deeply interested and who value monogamy
to
be together.
Okay, I have to completely intervene. One of the fascinating things for me in LA has been exploring the polyamorous community. I have a lot of polyamorous friends.
Ran into people like that.
I have to.
They're
I don't
very
know.
happy.
I know myself now. I know I could be completely dedicated and committed to monogamous marriage, which probably would happen only if it was truly the one and true love. But otherwise, I'm actually very open to polyamory, and it's one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's not true love. Like, I there's totally polyamorous people that are married or in a relationship with probably their, you know, true love or lasting love, but I've come, this might be politically incorrect or whatever, I don't know, but I've come to see polyamory almost more like homosexuality. It's not some kind of choice, it's who they are.
Oh yeah.
It's like they just love multiple people.
Oh.
And so maybe that happened for centuries where they did love multiple people, but they had to be in a monogamous marriage because that was the only choice.
Oh, they've been told
Just
their whole lives, like, find
Society.
one person, find
but
this person.
now, as
Yeah.
society is becoming comfortable with, you know, not alternative lifestyles, I think it's coming out. Like there's a polyamorous community that's saying, like, this is who we are.
I know. I have a couple friends who've said, you know, I don't know if I could ever be married to one person for my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, well, what's great is that now there's just kind of a way to name it and frame it for themselves, to know like, oh, you know, on this say it's a spectrum, right? You know, to be like the one real end of polyamory and the other end of it. They know like, okay, I'm somewhere on this side of it. And then that way they're not getting into relationships with people who are like diehard monogamy.
Yeah.
And presenting a false self. Like they can at least have words to express like I'm a little bit more polyamorous than someone else. And I think that's probably a helpful thing if more people are aware of that, check in with themselves, like discover that for themselves, and then they can be honest
like,
with other people.
do you want to be in that type of lifestyle or not? Because I know for myself, I'm like, I'm not sharing my man with anybody.
Yeah, right.
You've redeemed yourself because you used the word spectrum.
Oh, was I not redeemed before?
No.
How was I catching?
Oh no.
I'm gonna jump in on the monogamy thing. Like, I come from a family of divorce, so I don't necessarily believe in it because I didn't see it firsthand. I saw it blow up. So it's like sometimes people want what they had. If they had parents that stayed together, they might want to have a family like they had. But I don't necessarily want that because I didn't see it. You know?
Oh.
So.
Yeah, it's really ironic because my parents, you know, had a perfect marriage. They never really had big fights. They never, I don't think any of them cheated, and so I should totally believe in the monogamous, you know, deal we've been sold since we were children. But ironically, I don't. It's just even though my parents had that perfect marriage, I still I'm very suspicious of this institution that they've been sold to.
that raised you.
I mean, it's clearly an institution that works for plenty of people. It's just that it might not work
for everyone.
The word plenty. I mean, what is it? 50-50 now, or is
50-50?
Yeah.
Right.
It's an institution that works for half the people.
The half the people. A decent amount.
At the end of the
I don't
day,
like those odds.
At the end of the day, it's to
Don't
each its own. It's like whatever makes you happy, and just be true to yourself, like you said, and just be who you are, and just, you know, like you said, check in with yourself and see what works.